Hey, it's Celebrate Truth. I'm Robbie Davidson. How are you doing, truthers? Good to see everyone in the chat room. I wanted to do a special update because I think this is critical. We're reaching a critical mass, especially when it comes to social media platforms such as YouTube. This is a recent article. YouTube tweaks algorithm to fight 9/11 truthers, flat earthers, and miracle cures. Video about impossible conspiracy theories show up high in YouTube recommendations. That's going to stop, says the company. This is really serious because as you're going to see in this article, many people into 2016, 2017, even up into 2018 came to Flat Earth looking into it further through YouTube, through suggested videos, recommendations. And this is just proof positive that they do not want the truth coming out, saying things like impossible conspiracy theories. Oh, really? Impossible. Let's read. YouTube will tweak its algorithm to recommend less content that comes close to violating site rules, the company announced Friday. YouTube's recommendation algorithm suggests new videos for viewers, but some genres of videos, especially conspiracy videos, have been criticized for the frequent appearance in those recommendations. The company's new policy will cut back on recommendations of content that could misinform users in harmful ways, YouTube said in a Friday memo. So this just happened on Friday. It cited 3 specific conspiracy theories affected by the new policy. All right, so out of all the conspiracies, all right, and again, we know that this is conspiracy fact, not conspiracy theory, but regardless, it's a term. Let's go with it. Out of all the various conspiracies, the people that will look into all these type of truth topics, 3 have been identified as ones that YouTube are going to do a major takedown, effective immediately. That is Flat Earth, 9/11, and miracle cures. All right, so I'm not sure what the miracle cures thing is. Like I said, not really a conspiracy, more of a statement, but let's go in with the Flat Earth theories and 9/11 truthism. So this is what they're going to be doing with their crackdown. The new policy will apply to content on the borderline of YouTube's community guidelines, the company said, adding that the new policy applies to less than 1% of all YouTube videos. YouTube declined to specify the scope of the videos affected. Those videos will still be available to view on YouTube and will still appear in search results. All right, we're going to talk about the search results really soon. On page 858, you'll find your nice recommended, YouTube video. If you want to do searching on YouTube for Flat Earth, good luck. We'll see that shortly. Currently, conspiracy theories like Flat Earth count YouTube as one of their largest recruitment tools. At the second annual Flat Earth International Conference in November, most participants told the Daily Beast they converted to Flat Earth belief after watching YouTube videos on the topic. I would say that would be very true. I know with Pastor Nate in the chat room, how you doing, Nate? He had mentioned on our show just recently, Celebrate Truth Radio, that he did in fact come to a recommended video. I think for many people in the last 3 years, this would be the case. I would say it would probably be a shocking at least 80% through YouTube, through, hey, suggested video, check this out. Currently, though, conspiracy theories like Flat Earth count YouTube as their largest recruitment tools. All right. So apparently YouTube, I guess, has been the largest recruitment tools for this community. Anyways, they quote the Flat Earth International Conference, and I do remember the Daily Beast talking to a lot of people when I was there and being interviewed by them and many others. And again, this was a common trend. It seems like there has been a lot of pushback, a lot of pressure on YouTube to take care of this and take care of this quickly. They told the participants that this was the case. Some say they started watching videos on conspiracies like 9/11 and eventually saw Flat Earth video recommendations in their YouTube feeds. Others said they went looking for Flat Earth videos and were recommended a stream of new Flat Earth videos. All right, a former YouTube employee who worked on the site's recommendation algorithm in 2010 previously told the Daily Beast that the algorithm can push people down conspiracy rabbit holes. I realized really fast that YouTube's recommendation was putting people into filter bubbles. There was no way out. If a person was into flat earth conspiracies, it was bad for watch time to recommend anti-flat earth videos, so it won't even recommend them. YouTube has also faced criticism for the prevalence of far-right videos in its recommendations. A BuzzFeed investigation on Thursday found that over the course of 9 recommendations, YouTube took a viewer from a nonpartisan clip about Congress to an anti-immigration video uploaded by a hate group. When the Daily Beast tried a similar experiment in a cookie-free incognito browser last month, it took 4 clicks to travel from a recommended video on YouTube's homepage to a video on the far-right red pill theory. YouTube has previously addressed criticism over far-right videos by demonetizing some and disabling their comments. Still, far-right content remains easy to find on the site and presently appears in video recommendations. The company will begin rolling out its new policy gradually and initially just in the United States, YouTube said. All right, so I guess this is going to be hitting the States first and then all the other countries. So that's right. If you're in the United States right now and you're going to be looking for recommended videos for Flat Earth, good luck on that. That's all coming to an end. Let's continue. We think this change strikes a balance between maintaining a platform for free speech and living up to our responsibility to users, YouTube said in its statement. The Flat Earth Society condemned YouTube's decision. Well, right on, Flat Earth Society, but it gets even funnier. While it's unfortunate that this will no doubt affect some of the most prominent Flat Earth content creators, the Flat Earth Society has prepared for years. Any social network can pull the rug from under your feet if it decides that your content is no longer welcome, which is why we've never relied on these businesses too much, the group told the Daily Beast. Who knows? Perhaps it's time to start looking into a video sharing service of our own. And I know many people are actually looking at this as a viable option, whether it's DTube and there's many other platforms. The only problem with that is critical mass. It's incredibly hard to get the majority of people to start going over there. Now, it's one thing if we want to watch those videos, but we already know where to find them. We know the content creators. We're talking about the new people. The new people will not find the stuff on DTube and other platforms. I'm not saying that it's not a good approach. It definitely is, and we should have alternatives. The only problem is while you have the millions and billions of people that are on social platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, this is where the public is. This is where people need to reach. You need to reach the people there. That is where they need to find out the truth. And while they're clamping down and coming against Flat Earth and 9/11, I found it interesting that those are the 2 big conspiracies that they're moving against. Of all things, not chemtrails, GMOs, or JFK, or, just so many different conspiracies out there, and yet they're going against flat earthers. It's so funny because people say it's so funny. It's laughable. But if it's so laughable and hysterical, why would you be so concerned with people stumbling across a silly or funny flat earth video? See, that is where it gets serious. The truth is, they know. They know that there is things being hidden. They know that there is truth. They know that they don't have the answers. And this is why they're moving against flat earth. Not to mention 9/11 with all the problems there. I mean, where do we start? Let's just go to Building 7, because for the most serious person that looks at this, that is very critical, they still will have a problem with Building 7. Even if you believe in the official report. What do you do with Building 7, right? Buildings just don't fall. Free fall speed, no structural damage, no planes hit it, and yet, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it came down. Pull it, that's what they had said. Anyways, most people have looked into Building 7, and they found out a lot of problems. And that leads me to getting into the whole flat earth. Do we connect the two? Do we connect 9/11 and flat earth? There must be a certain connection there when they're moving towards those two in particular. Again, there is a lot of conspiracies. There's a lot of different beliefs, different viewpoints, even stuff that people would consider scary or outside the box. But yet YouTube is moving towards taking out flat earth and 9/11 truthers. So what does everyone think? I wanted to just do this special report. I'm going to go through a few more things, but I definitely wanted to get your comments. Please comment. Let me know what you think. What do you think the answer is? I think it's really important as more people come to Flat Earth and they get onto the platform YouTube, they're going to need help with channels such as mine, Celebrate Truth, some of the great channels that are out there, because without the bigger channels mirroring certain videos, people are not going to find these videos. Because what they had said is, don't worry. We're not going to do anything with search. Really? You're not going to do anything with search. Let's do a search on YouTube, shall we? Flat Earth. Anyone see a problem with this? National Geographic, ABC News, Big Think, right? All debunking videos, all like, stuff like this. Continual. Look at this. Constant. BuzzFeed, right? This morning, right? Vice News, Mashable, BBC. All right, let's see how long it takes until we can get to something credible. And I apologize if I missed someone that is an actual credible video, but I'm just trying to look. Anyone sees one, let me know. So far, nothing, all right? Most people are not going to scroll past where I'm at right now, but the diehards might go continue, a lot further. But let's go. This morning. All right, nothing. All right, Mr. Beast, right? Nothing. I don't think this is here. We proved the Earth is not round. I could be wrong, but I never heard of Mr. Beast. But anyways, let me know if anyone knows Mr. Beast. But still, I have space videos, good stuff. TMZ, look at this. All right, Martin Leakey here. He's got something going on here. Definitely a good channel. Flat Earth British. Awesome guy. Met him at the UK convention last year. Doing some great stuff on YouTube. But let's continue. All right, what do we got? Oh, we got the new podcast with Dave Murphy. All right, the debate. But you see what I'm saying, right? Oh, don't worry. We're not going to remove them, from the search results. All right, let's try something different. Flat Earth Truth. Interesting. Look at that. Same results. Nothing else. Nothing good, right? It doesn't matter what you search. What's really intriguing is not just Flat Earth. If you put Flat Earth and something else, if you try to even get specific, they show you all this nonsense. Oh, debunking videos and mainstream media making fun of it. Again, this is what we see time and time again, constantly. So thanks, YouTube, for saying that you're clamping down on the recommended videos, which is really unfortunate because I think so many people came to look into Flat Earth more based on a YouTube recommendation, whether they were looking at a certain video and they looked over and they said, hey, what's this Flat Earth thing? And all of a sudden it's like, wow, many stories. I've heard many testimonies of people that they've shared the story with me that they started looking at videos. I mean, I'm case in point. I mean, I came across a video making fun of Flat Earth, right? But it was not anything to do with, I went from there to other videos. But anyways, let's go into Google. Because I wanted to, again, Google's the same thing. When you type in Flat Earth, maybe I should turn this off. Maybe I should let's just put this down here. All right. Can't have that stuff going on while we're doing a live stream here. Special report. So anyways, we did a search for Flat Earth. All right, so look at this. Top stories. YouTube demotes Flat Earth conspiracy theories. Channel News Asia. We got the Guardian with the cruise. But anyways, as you see, they're basically talking about it here in other stories as far as YouTube's decision to start cracking down. Here we go. YouTube says it will soon recommend fewer conspiracy theories. YouTube says it will stop recommending so many conspiracies. But again, what are the two conspiracies that they're moving against the most? That's right, 9/11 and Flat Earth. So all you 9/11 truthers that think Flat Earth is so nuts and so crazy and you think that we're making everything look stupid, maybe you should see, wait a minute, maybe there is a connection. Why are they moving against those two? Because you obviously believe, and you're right to believe, that 9/11 is an incredibly important topic to look into. So maybe Flat Earth is too. But I digress. We have a problem. Not only on Google, but also YouTube, and many of the social platforms are doing the same thing. They're recommending all of how to debunk Flat Earth, make Flat Earth look ridiculous. So it's going to be really important, for the bigger channels to support, new and up-and-comer people that are doing, significant work in this. But also, sharing. I think you guys that are here right now, you guys have the power. You really do. Because sharing a video just like this gets the word out. What? They're moving against 9/11 and Flat Earth? What's going on? Maybe I should look into Flat Earth some more. So really sharing these videos are so crucial because people are not going to be able to find it. They're not going to find it in the recommendations. They're not going to find it in search. Even if they're like, hey, my friend told me about flat earth, I'm going to do a search, and they search for it and they find garbage. So, sharing, and because in your friends' networks, there's a respect, there's a trust, they will maybe take the time and look into it. But all of this is, coming down to a critical point. And we're going to move here in a sec to the chat. We're going to see what everyone has to say. And I definitely want to say hi to many of you that are in the chat right now. But again, it's a critical point. When all of a sudden you see things happening like this, and it's right in the headlines that they're moving against specific ones like 9/11 and flat earthers. They're actually coming for us. They are actually starting to clamp down. Now, YouTube is a business. They know that you can monetize and stuff, but they are getting so much public pressure. Just like the videos I've released here the last week showing how much pressure people have come under for just questioning the moon landing, right? Even Trump questioning what the heck's going on. I'll give you all the money you ever need. You still can't get to the moon or Mars. What's going on? People are starting to wake up. Owen Benjamin, another case in point. He's not buying the moon landing. Sure, he's not 100% flat earther, but he doesn't have to be right now because what he's doing is he's calling into question the mainstream narrative when it comes to space. Just like the 9/11 truthers are calling into question the mainstream narrative when it comes to the official report of what truly happened on September 11th. It's exactly what we're doing with flat earth. We're calling into question what they're teaching us and telling us about space. Nothing but nonsense, nothing but theories. It's ridiculous what's going on. But this is why it's so important. And what I wanted to do is I wanted you guys to know about an amazing, amazing website called the Flat Earth Channel. I have it linked in the description. Check it out, subscribe, get set up, because here's the reality. This is an amazing site. You type in anything, you're going to find it. It has great channels. It's got ODD, you got Rob Skiba, you got Debate, you got all the channels here. You got all the categories, you got basics, you got theories, you got all of this stuff. And Flat Earth Channel, they have actually been supporting Celebrate Truth for a while. And I think that he's doing a wonderful job with this website. It's come under a lot of attack lately, actually. I was talking with him just at the beginning of the week, and he said that he's been getting hit hard by hackers trying to take down the site. So it was down for, I think, a couple of days. It's up now. It's going good. He's been working behind the scenes. But theflatearthchannel.com, awesome. Lots of videos. You will find what you need. So it's a great resource. Like I said, if you're ever looking for new videos that are happening at Flat Earth and you're having a hard time finding them, check out theflatearthchannel.com. They have all the awesome stuff here. It even has me here. Thank you very much. I didn't even ask for that, but we have Celebrate Truth stuff here. Let's just see what we got here. I haven't even really looked in a bit. Yep. Flat Earth Explained, right? Impossible. I'm sure a bunch of my documentaries are here, but this is good because if you send someone to a website like this, now they can start searching around. Oh, I want to look at science. I want to look at this. They're going to find good results. So while other platforms are important, and I agree, they are, it's going to take a while. We can't just do a mass exodus off YouTube or off Facebook or off Twitter. It would be foolish to do that. But we can have other resources in our arsenal, especially like DTube and other, platforms for video. And when it gets into social media, there's other things popping up. I know that Flat Earth Radio, they have fepeople.com, which is a social network for flat earthers. It's great. These are all wonderful things to do, especially when it comes to getting this truth out. Thank you so much, Renee, for the super chat. Appreciate it. It is time. We definitely are at war. Now, I'm not saying that YouTube is going to start banning channels. I don't believe that they are. YouTube actually overall have been pretty good with flat earthers. So next time you hear someone saying, "Oh, they banned me for my flat earth video," don't believe it. At this point, because again, that is not my experience, and many other YouTube creators that I know, that is not our experience. Actually, they have a business. They're getting a lot of pressure. So they're saying, hey, we got to do something about this. We got to appease them. So, hey, if we, don't show the videos in the suggestions, hey, maybe that will be a good way of, appeasing it. And maybe it will work for a while, another maybe year or two, then they're going to clamp down some more. But understand that right now, there is not a mass censorship. I've seen so many videos and so many different things being presented to so many people that, oh yeah, they took down my video because I put up this, they're censoring me. No, they're actually not censoring, not with Flat Earth anyways. Again, I know that channels have been taken down. I'm always highly suspicious when I hear that this channel was just taken down because they put up Flat Earth Truth. Now, if you get into certain categories, you get into certain areas, yes, YouTube can be very strict. There's certain things on YouTube probably foolish to do. Now, you can do it if you want. You'll lose. YouTube will win. It's probably not wise, especially if you're most passionate about this. Now, if you're passionate about these other topics, by all means. But if you really want to get the truth out, when it comes to the true creator, the true creation, all of these things, probably not the best to start, trying to go to war and go in all these other areas because, like I said, you're going to lose. But as far as Flat Earth is concerned, whether it's biblical, non-biblical, it doesn't matter. Across the board, there has been no censorship. This is just a way of basically quieting things down. This is a way of basically erasing it. So while they're not coming against it, they're basically making it not visible for people to see, which is a big problem. There's no doubt. And that's why I'm doing this video, is because it's going to take the bigger channels. It's going to take people sharing these videos on their feeds, Twitter, doesn't matter, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever you have, start recommending these videos, because they're not going to find them on YouTube. They're not going to find them in other areas because they're going to bury the search results. That's why I'm saying it's important. Every one of you can do this. Every one of you probably has social media of some sort. And if you don't, that's fine. You can tell people and recommend great channels. And I'm sure all of you have, your favorite channels, which is awesome. Recommend them. There's great resources like the Flat Earth Podcast, which is on a podcast platform. So you can do it through iTunes or all those sort of things. So I would look at those type of resources to recommend. If you're talking to someone that really loves podcasts, well, it's probably not best to recommend them a YouTube video or even a website. You might want to say, hey, here's a great podcast. Check it out. Subscribe to it. And they've done a fantastic job with really breaking down a lot of the deception. And they continue to bring on really great guests and recommend awesome YouTube creators and other people that are working in the community. It's a fantastic community. Yes, there can be a lot of, division and fighting, but this is something that happens with any community this old. And this community is not that old. The modern day Flat Earth community is like 4 or 5 years old. It's not old at all. We're in its infancy. So yes, expect that to happen, but as we mature and as we move forward, it will get better. There will be people talking, helping each other out, and that's exactly what I've seen continually year after year. But again, this was important to bring this up because YouTube, like I said, they're moving fast. They're moving swiftly because of the pressure. It's not like that YouTube are evil and they're all sitting there trying to do it. They're getting pressure from the government. They're getting pressure from other agencies. I'm sure that's what's happening. And they're looking at it saying, look, if we have all these major advertisers pull, we can't have that. So usually that they'll hit them with the dollar. But because they are allowing super chat, they're allowing memberships. That was a new thing that I actually just started a couple of months ago, was Celebrate Truth memberships, which thank you so much for all my awesome members. It is amazing. And I'm so happy to have each one of you. You get extra perks. There's extra, icons, all these sort of things. If you're interested in becoming a Celebrate Truth member, just click the join button. If you're on your phone right now, like an iPhone, you won't see it. You actually have to go to a desktop. I had people asking me, I don't see it on my phone. You cannot become a Celebrate Truth member on your phone. You have to do it on a desktop. There's a join button. That's exactly how you do it there. But again, I've seen it with other, creators that YouTube is allowing them ways to actually monetize it or make a living or, help them out if the advertising money dries up. So I don't believe 100% that YouTube is evil and they're purposely trying just to shut everyone up, because there's a lot of stuff on YouTube right now. A lot of truth. There's a lot of amazing videos on YouTube. Those things would all be taken down, but it's not time. Nor is it going to be for a while, in my opinion. Just like the mass awakening happening where we reach critical mass. I get people all the time saying, how long until, everyone wakes up to the Flat Earth truth? And my answer is never. I mean, in the sense that it's like everyone waking up to the lies of evolution. It's not going to happen. More and more people are going to wake up. More and more people are going to take a stand. It's going to be an exciting journey. But the idea that like 99% of the world are going to wake up to this, it's just not going to happen. It's just not the way things are supposed to go. And even if that is the case, I look at it as a multi-generational thing. My children will take up for what dad was doing. It's not happening in our lifetime. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I always could be wrong. And that's why I'm easy, I'll have no problem admitting, when I'm wrong and if I'm wrong. And like I said, if I am wrong, wow, what a great time to be wrong. Everyone believes in flat earth. Awesome. They understand that there is a creator and that they didn't, come from nothing and evolve from apes. That's the most detrimental thing when it comes to this. So let's get into the chat. I just wanted to bring this up, but honestly, take this serious. It is important. Check out the flatearthchannel.com if you want to look for awesome videos, or you want to recommend to someone. They will be easily all contained in one website, and they'll find a lot of great stuff. He's constantly updating it, but the Flat Earth channel will have a lot of stuff. I know that the Flat Earth podcast on their website, flatearthpodcast.com, they also have a lot of great videos. I still have to get a bunch of stuff to David to update for biblical stuff. They're a little bit dry when it comes to the biblical flat earth category. But again, that's my fault. I have to get David some links to him, some of my stuff and some other people. So we'll get that done here soon. But thanks, Renee. Let's see here. We're going to go into the chat. The gravity of the situation is that the worshippers of the Globe Earth Society will blindly enlist in the Donald Trump Space Force, aka Agenda 21 depopulation. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. And Space Force is just a way to recruit people. I mean, I think really at its very element, it's recruiting people. Wow, space is cool. I want to enlist. And, when nothing really happens, they're just going to be moved into other areas of, whether it's the Navy or the Air Force or the Army. So I can look at this many different ways, but you're totally right. Everyone is in love with space. And that's the uphill battle that we face. We really do. Because people love space so much. I mean, I did. You guys did. I'm sure you did. I mean, and I'm not sure, how old you are, but I mean, I just turned 47, January 11th. And I mean, I was like in the theater for Star Wars. I mean, wow. I love space, Star Trek, all those sort of things. So I think that's the hardest thing. For me, losing space was really, really difficult. I think I was more blown away. When I came to Flat Earth, I was more blown away that the fact that there was no space rather than the Earth was flat. I remember, because I'd be texting my friend, I'd be like, dude, there's no space, or we're in a dome. But for me, it was more about when I'm looking up. That was what amazed me more than what I was walking on. So we're in an uphill battle because people love space. And if you look, I've been doing a lot of videos here in the last week, and you just look into space news. You just look into all the news when it comes to not just NASA, SpaceX, Virgin Galactic. Now you got Jeff Bezos with his Blue Origin, space program. He's entering in, right? So these guys are all kind of moving in. They're making, crazy amounts of money, and they're just lying to humanity. The fact of the matter is no one has ever been to the moon. Yet they put a China, lander on the far side of the moon, and that was complete garbage. I mean, anyone has seen that. Anyone's seen that footage. All right, we got Song of Ignorance. Has anyone heard my band? I have bigger all views. Not sure that means, but I haven't heard of your band. We'll check it out at some point there, son. It's Son of Ignorance, right? 2012. Thanks so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. But I'm talking right now when it comes to how important this is, because we are in an uphill battle. And again, it's going to be really tough. And as people crap down, they crack down on flat Earth and other conspiracy things in the recommended videos. It's going to take more and more types of people recommending and making sure that this information gets out. So unbelievable. So anyways, but yeah, we said, Pastor Nate, good to see you in the chat. Hey, Bear Nugent. Is it Nugent? Nugent. Bear Nugent. Good to see you as well. Hey, Robbie Zip. Let's just see. Here we go. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Hey, Michael. We got lots of people in the chat here right now. We're close to 160 viewers. And like I said, I just wanted to do this. I don't do a lot of complete live streams, and I definitely am going to try to do a lot more. I did say that in 2019 I was. And I definitely plan on doing a lot more, not just with my patrons, but also my members at Celebrate Truth. I'm looking at doing some exclusive things here shortly coming up. So I really appreciate your patience on that. Been super busy. But good news, I'm actually working on a brand new film for this year. Now, people are probably familiar with my work, whether it's The Global Lie. Interesting enough that Pastor Nate, that was the first video in his recommended feed he came to, and the first video he ever watched was The Global Lie. And for people that aren't sure who that is Pastor Nate Wolf, Fired for Truth. And yeah, he came to a recommended video, and it was mine, The Global Lie. But I've done The Global Lie, Scientism Exposed, Impossible. But this year, I'm definitely doing something brand new that I've never done before. I'm looking at doing a docu-series. It's going to be an 8 to 10 part series. And so look at it like a, I don't know, 4 or 5 hour documentary broken up into 8 or 10 parts. But really excited about it. Pastor Nate Wolf's going to be in it. Chad Taylor's going to be in it. Even got Mark Sargent going to be in it. Many, many people are going to be in it. And we're going to be talking about the global lies. And we're going to show how it all kind of comes together in an 8 to 10 part series. So really excited. I start shooting next month at the Question Everything Conference. People aren't aware, Question Everything 2019 will be in Yorba Linda, California, February 22nd and 23rd. And I will be shooting interviews, and we'll be getting a lot of footage there. So I'm really excited. There's a lot of great speakers that are going to be there. Pastor Dean Odell, Nathan Roberts, Matt Long. I just talked with Matt today. Got back from his honeymoon. He just got married recently, and he's just stepping things up. Actually, he's just changed his name. He used to be Flatworth, and now he's changed to Woketown. So he's got some new stuff that he's planning to do for 2019, which is really exciting. I'll be interviewing him as well. So stay tuned for that later on this year, the first docu-series on the global lies, and it's going to be fantastic. I'm really excited about it. I've been wanting to do kind of an update on the global lie, but I decided this time I am going to do a docu-series, 8 to 10 part series. People I think are going to be really excited for it. It's going to have an all-star cast. A lot of people are going to be interviewed for it. I've got Rob Skiba. I've got other people that I had interviewed for other documentaries that I've got a lot of stuff for, and it's going to be amazing. So get ready for that, and I will be releasing more information on that. And my patrons, they know that they'll be getting sneak peeks and behind the scenes and stuff. So excited to do that. And also the Celebrate Truth members. So I will be doing some stuff on that here very soon. Also, if you're not aware, Pastor Nate and we do the show Celebrate Truth Radio on Revolution Radio every Saturday, 7 to 9 Pacific, 10 to midnight Eastern Standard Time. So tomorrow we've got special guest Chad Taylor on. So get ready for that 2 hour. If you cannot catch it live on Revolution Radio, which is at freedomslips.com. If you cannot catch it, well, I will be doing the premiere of the show Wednesday. I usually do the premiere of the radio show the following Wednesday, just like I did the one that we did with Joe Garcia here a couple of days ago. And it was an awesome show. Really looking forward to the show with Chad Taylor tomorrow. So how you doing, Bowl Council? Good to see you. See who's in the chat here. Spaceman, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining. Good to see everyone. So what does everyone think when it comes to the the news, when it comes to YouTube? Like, what do you think the answers are? A lot of people will say, oh, let's go to DTube, let's do this. But, creatively, is there something that we can think of other than, the larger channels, help mirror certain videos to get newer people? I think it's going to be increasingly harder and harder for new people that are just jumping on these platforms to have a voice and to be heard or to be seen, just because they're going to be burying these results so much. So I don't know if people have any other ideas, anything else you want to talk about as far as the, crackdown when it comes to the takedown of flat earth and 9/11 conspiracy videos. I find it really crazy that they've zeroed in on 2 conspiracies, and it's 9/11 and flat earth. I mean, you can't write this stuff. This just shows that they are scared. They're running scared. I mean, the pressure that's coming against YouTube, who knows? The government, the powers that should not be, who knows who's got YouTube's ear, but they are genuinely scared about recommending these type of videos. They do not want people to see this truth. They do not want people to understand the lies that they have been under their entire life. This is just damage control, but it shows you the right track that we're on. It shows you 100% that what we're saying is the truth. And it's hard for people to digest that, but that is the reality. There is truth in that. Absolutely. Hey, Paul, how you doing, man? Good to see you. My awesome mods. Thank you so much for all the amazing mods that help with the 24/7, just with my chat. They've been with me for a very long time. I think that I'm getting close now to 2 years doing the 24/7 live stream, maybe a year and a half, but it's been going pretty much every single day, 365 days a year, continually. It goes down the odd time if I have to update stuff, and there's been a couple glitches, but overall, pretty good. Speaking of which, stay tuned next week for some really big, cool live stream announcement I'm going to be doing. Nothing has been done like it before. I can't tell you much more than that. Just get ready for it. It is going to rock your world. It's going to be amazing, and going to have a lot of fun with it. I think people are really going to enjoy it. And like I said, it's going to be quite something else. So I'm looking at putting that together for next week. We have the radio show tomorrow, Saturday. The information is on Celebrate Truth. You can see on YouTube if you want to check out one of the previous radio shows. All the links are in the description, including Pastor Nate Wolf's information. But also, if you do want to, tune in and listen to the radio show live, it's all there in the description. So we'll make sure that is in the description. So how you doing, Michael? Hey, Linda. All right, let's go here. Say hi to everyone. It's been a long time. We've got 171 people in here. Hey, Karen. We got Karen joining here now. We got lots of different people joining. And if you're just joining now, you'll have to, after this live stream is done, go back and you'll see how important this video truly is. Because when YouTube announce that they are coming against two conspiracies the most, and they're going to do a takedown, a crackdown, however you want to say it, on two main conspiracies. And those two are 9/11 and Flat Earth. All right, right there. Do you need any more proof? Do you need any more proof? What are they so scared about? Because all the other videos that they recommend, when I do a search in YouTube for Flat Earth, and all these guys start laughing and ridiculing it. They just say it's ridiculous. They say it's so funny. You're stupid. You're a moron. We've heard all these things. But if it's so stupid and moronic, and you got to be a retard to believe in it, and these are the things that they say, why worry? Who cares? What, we can't watch retarded things? And that's the crazy thing, right? You can watch cat videos, there's comedy videos, there's all these sort of things. Why are they so scared of recommending Flat Earth? 9/11, I kind of understand, 9/11, when it comes to it, we know the truth on that. Some people don't. But regardless, to me, that's more of a serious topic, right? When it comes to the general consensus looking at a topic. But I don't know about you, but when I first heard of Flat Earth, I'm thinking, my goodness, who in the right mind could believe in something so crazy, in 2014? I just thought it was ridiculous, right? It took until 2015, and I'm like, okay, I got to look at this video. And if you have not seen my video, you'll have to check that out. And it's basically my story. You won't believe how I came to Flat Earth. That's the name of the title of the video. You won't believe how I came to Flat Earth. And in that, I share the whole story. I go through the video, the very first video I came to in we're talking early 2014. And here's what's crazy. In early 2015. It was, in April 2015. But here's the crazy thing. That video that I watched, it had been up since 2009. 2009. That predates Matt Powerland, Matt Boylan, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. Eric Dubé. Oh, I started it. Oh, I started the community, blah, blah, blah. You know who started this? God did. Genesis. It was there all along. Genesis 1. That's who started the Flat Earth community. Now, the sad truth is, how long did it take for everyone to wake up to it? That's a whole other video for another time. But this idea that, this person started, this person's the father of Flat Earth. No, it's not true at all. It took someone to actually look at all these truths and maybe put it out there and stuff. But it's been happening all along. Really? You started it? Well, what do you do about Robotham? What do you do about Carpenter? What do you do about all these people throughout the centuries? What do you do about the reformers? You know, Martin Luther, John Calvin, Augustine, these guys were screaming foul against Copernicus. So yeah, when I hear that, oh, this person started, that person started, no, this is God's creation. After all, the Bible is the one that started this. If you want to get into it, you want to get into it, there you go, right? The Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible, there you go, Genesis. But anyway, people that are joining right now, I wanted to go through that because, again, it's a really important video. They are moving to eradicate these type of videos in anyone's feeds. No one's going to find them anymore because they'll say, don't worry, we're not removing them out of search. Well, we did a search before, did we not? We did a search for flat earth. And what did we find? And like I told you, you go to YouTube and you type in flat earth something else. Flat earth proofs. How's that? Flat earth proofs. Okay, we're going to find some good ones here. Ah, look at that. Engineer explained, Big Think, Buzz, ABC, pick it. How about Flat Earth Bible? Let's see, maybe we'll find something better there. ABC News, Tech Insider, Big Think, USA. It doesn't matter. They have actually filtered out anything with Flat Earth. So even if you do it. Now, I think if you go Flat Earth, let's do this. Flat Earth, celebrate truth. All right, look at that. You can find my stuff. See? So really, someone actually will have to know the YouTuber to actually find their information. And I know that when you type in Celebrate Truth, my channel will come up. But again, how many people are typing in Celebrate Truth? It's a very unique channel name. It doesn't have Flat Earth in it. And what I recommend, if you're going on YouTube and if you're brand new and you're thinking, hey, I want to create a channel in 2019, here's my recommendation. Do not put Flat Earth in the title. You'd be like, what? That's crazy, but I want to talk all about Flat Earth. Don't. It's going to get buried. No one's going to find it. You think that might be a good strategy, but I don't believe going forward it is going to be a good strategy. Now, you don't have to listen to me, do what you want. But my recommendation is don't put Flat Earth in the title. And going forward, like I said, unless you have, a larger subscriber base or you've got some really good content where, some other people are mirroring it and getting the message out for people, that's how people are going to find you. But the unfortunate truth is they are moving towards Flat Earth, So all of these wonderful stories at the Flat Earth International Conference, and what a joy to put on that conference, not just in Raleigh, but also the first one in Canada, and then Denver, just last November. And this is what they're talking about right here, right? The Flat Earth International Conference. But the Daily Beast did like a survey, and they went around, and majority of people said they came to Flat Earth through watching videos on YouTube in their recommendation feed. Recommendation. But we just read that's coming to an end. Right away. Apparently first to US and then I guess to the rest of the world, but right away. So if they're putting out a memo on Friday, which is today, so maybe this is dated today. What are we, the 25th? Yeah. So if the memo went out today and this leaked, or let's just say it was last Friday, it's coming fast. I would say February 1st, this is going to basically take hold. So watch your recommended videos. Let me know, maybe reference this video, come back and let me know, in February, say, yep, it's gone. I don't see anything anymore. And I'm going to be probably doing another video in the recommendation feed just to see if indeed it basically comes to an end. So, hey, Giggles, thanks for joining. We've got Brian. Good to, let's see here. See, Brian has actually seen actual murders on YouTube. Right? He just posted that. Now, what does that tell you? Talk about like no censorship. If you can actually see someone get murdered on YouTube and yet they're scared about Flat Earth, then that is a sad world we live in, right? All right. So let's see here. Okay, Paul, you're doing a great job, Robbie. Keep presenting the truth. I'm so proud to help be a mod here. Thank you, my brother in Christ. Well, thank you so much, Paul. Paul's been a part of Celebrate Truth for a very long time. He's helped out in the chat room. I really, really appreciate him and all the amazing mods. You guys do an amazing job. And like I said, having the 24/7 feed up has been so important. I've got so many emails of people that just started watching content. I know a lot of people that fall asleep at night listening to the content. So it's just cool that it runs around the clock. People, get the truth. They get the gospel. They get the, when it comes down to everything that I do, most people should know this. The gospel is the most important. Flat Earth is secondary. That's why anybody that makes Flat Earth salvational in the sense that, there's no way you could even go to heaven or you could please God without believing in this. It's not true. It's not true. 5 years ago, I'd be in big trouble. And I have done a lot of ministry, and I've walked with God for many years. So we've got to be careful when it comes to saying that this is salvational, or you have to believe in this, or else. Everyone gets into passionate topics, and yes, the truth does matter, but understand that the truth, the most important truth, is Jesus, and Jesus is the true creator of creation. A lot of people are like, whoa, what about God? What about this? Jesus is. I mean, this is what the Bible says. It's extraordinary. That's what separates people. When you start saying that the Messiah is the creator, of all creation, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, stand back. That name Jesus is like, whoa, you're turning religious on me. I say all the time, it's not about religion. It's about relationship. And the only way you're going to have a relationship, the only right way to God is through his son. And you have to have that relationship. You're in big trouble if you don't. So that truth is the most important. But when it comes down to what is dictated, what is put in the word, because Jesus was the manifestation of the word, the embodiment of the word is important. The Bible is incredibly important. That's why it's the most attacked. That's why people don't believe in it. They think it's changed. I mean, who says that about history? Like all sorts of different books. I mean, we talked about this on the last show, but who questions Julius Caesar? Nobody. But yet Jesus, I don't know if he existed. You've got like Dave Moore saying Jesus exposed, and you've got Eric Dubé saying he never existed. Honestly, sometimes that is what's going to make us look crazy when you start saying stuff like that. It's the same type of people that say that dinosaurs never existed. Listen carefully. There were big animals that existed. No, they didn't live millions of years ago. But the idea that there was no such thing of any type of class of dinosaurs, that makes us look ridiculous. Now, I know some articles were released, and I don't know, I didn't run into anyone that didn't believe this, but they say flat earthers don't believe that Australia exists. Well, I'm sure everyone in this chat room believes that Australia exists, right? So I don't know where that sprung up. Maybe it was just to make us look like idiots. But if you attach stuff like dinosaurs never existed, that makes it look ridiculous, right? So you have to have an understanding. You have to research these things well to really, understand everything. When it comes down to dinosaurs, again, I could do a whole video on that, and I probably will at some point. But I go into it in detail in Scientism Exposed and Scientism Exposed 2. They're for free on YouTube. Doesn't cost you anything. Go watch them right now. Scientism Exposed and Scientism Exposed 2. They're both there. They go through dinosaurs. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about dinosaurs in my docu-series coming out this year that I explained here just previously. And again, people can have their opinions and they can believe whatever they want. Do I believe that a lot of them have been fabricated? Absolutely. Do I believe that all the stuff in the museums is nonsense and garbage? Absolutely. But even in the Bible, we read there were some very large animals. Tails the size of a Lebanon cedar. I don't know. Do a Google on a Lebanon cedar and see how big that is. It's not a hippopotamus. It's not an elephant. Again, I digress. We're going off topic. I just want to mention that sometimes, look into these things. Another one that really drives me crazy is that every woman in Hollywood is a man. Stop it. Stop it. It is just making us look absolutely ridiculous when you say stuff like that. I'm not saying that they don't have an agenda. They absolutely do. It's a horrific agenda. But to sit there and say that every single woman in Hollywood is a man and vice versa, it is not helping convince anybody of anything when it comes to trying to have them being opened up to the lies of the world, when it comes to, wow, there's a creator. Wow, we've been lied to about creation. The fact that Earth is not what it seems and all this sort of thing. And then you bring up that every woman is a man in Hollywood. I mean, it's just not going to go over well. It's one thing if you want to look into certain things and bring up certain people. Fine. I believe that, sure. But when you, with a broad brush, paint everyone the same, it's very, very dangerous, and it makes us look silly. So again, it just gives them more ammo, and I can't control everyone, and I am definitely not for one about censoring anyone putting out videos, posting anything. If that's your belief, good. Hopefully, you have the free speech and you have the platform to do it as much as you want. I'm just saying that common sense dictates that we need to take a rational approach sometimes with these things, because the world is watching. And the more stuff that we add to the flat earth truth, or the biblical truth of the creator when it comes to the true creation, when we add more and more stuff to it, it's going to seem more and more out there. Now, sometimes you got it, like 9/11. I think we have to bring up 9/11. Most of us came to 9/11 before we even came to flat earth. I did. It was definitely part of my journey, but I'm going to go into that in future videos because I think it's important. I stress that here in the same way that I would come against anyone that starts saying that flat earth, you can't please God, or you can't be saved, or, flat earth is salvational. Yes, flat earth can help, lead someone to Jesus. Flat earth can help people repent and turn to their creator. Open the Bible. Sure, it's like a conduit, but the fact is it's not the be all end all. It's a means to an end. It's not the end itself. And I think it's really important. And the minute we highlight it and make it more important than anything else, it's incredibly dangerous. So just remember that when we're, looking at all these different issues, because for me, like I said, it is really, really important, because once we highlight something, we do make it an idol. And again, idols aren't good, as we know. So let's go to the chat here. Chain reaction. Yes, praise him. Praise his mighty name, especially when it comes to everything that we're talking about here. After all, it is his creation. Kennedy, Christ is the truth. No, Robbie, Christ is the truth. Absolutely, Kennedy. Yes. I mean, John 14:6, that's exactly what I say all the time. Celebrate Truth was founded based on that verse. John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one cometh to the Father but except through me. Jesus is the truth. Absolutely. And again, he is the most important, but he is the truth. Truth matters, and truth will set you free. So I'm not sure what I said there, but I apologize if I wasn't making that clear. But for anyone that I'm not making that clear, yes, Jesus is the truth, and Jesus is the most important. And for all you flat earthers that are coming in here right now, Jesus is the true creator of creation. It's in the Bible. All right, let's see here. Be power, submitting your life to Jesus and allowing him to live in you, meaning you must abstain from sin, breaking the commandments. Yes, I mean, it's all about submission. And that was the hardest thing for me. It wasn't about just believing in something. You have to submit. You have to surrender. I look at it more as a surrender. You are submitting, absolutely. But I was surrendering my life. When I got to the point at the age of 21, I said, I surrender. I lay my life down. It's yours. Take it. Do with it what you want. It's yours. What do you want me to do? Who do you want me to marry? What friends do you want me to have? I gave him everything at the age of 21. And I was major critical, man. I was like, I used to make Christians cry. No joke. I mean, I was a jerk, okay? I mean, I used to laugh at the Noah's Ark, and, I held to science, man. I held to all that kind of stuff till I realized through some really amazing creation ministries how foolish and how much of it was theory, just like I'm doing now with, the rest of creation. It wasn't just, us as the creation, but also the sun, moon, and stars, even the earth. It was ridiculous. So, yeah, I mean, I hear you there. Here we go. True Sense FE. Flat Earth made my relationship with God amplify. And that's another good point. Really great. Thanks for sharing that. It's totally true. I mean, wow, he's right there. He's so much closer. Even as a Christian, God was so far away. Yes, he's omnipresent, and we understand that. He's everywhere at once. But the idea is, why would he create something and be so far away from his creation? In the sense that if he's looking down and all these type of things. No, it makes no sense. I mean, we have pets. Why would we want to be like 18 trillion miles away from our pets? Oh, I love my kitty, but I live and I never see, it doesn't make any sense. The same way with lights. I mean, if you've got a nice room and you're going to light that room and you got all these really awesome light choices, why are you going to pick the light that's like 50 times bigger than the room itself? It makes no sense. Actually, sorry, 1,000 times bigger than the room itself. It's retarded. It's stupid. You would not do that. You have good lighting that can adequately light a room. God could actually create lights that would adequately light the earth fine, based on a clock scenario, based on the flat earth, the whole thing that we've been investigating for the last, myself for 4 years. It makes sense. What were the lights in the sky for? For times and seasons, right? I mean, it's right there. So, when you get into TRAPPIST-1, that's like, 17,000 light years away, which is just absolutely insane. We can't see it. I mean, the only people that can see TRAPPIST-1 are the liars that use their magical telescopes and tell us that they have, technology that can see, again, 1 light year is 7 trillion miles. All right? Let that sink in. 1 light year is 7 trillion. That's trillion with a T. Do you know how insane that is? And then look at the distances of what they're seeing with their magical telescopes. Again, it makes no sense. So this is a slap in the face to the creator. It's a slap in the face to God. It's basically saying, look, it's like Satan taking pot shots. It's like someone drawing a drawing and showing something about probably the worst craftsmanship you could see. That other people in construction would look at it and go, that's retarded. I mean, why would someone build it with foundations like that? And why, if you're going to do this, why would you have the thing moving? Why wouldn't you have it still? Like it's to attack his integrity. It's not just to attack his word. It's to attack his integrity. as the master designer, he's even attacking the design to make it look absurd, because it is absurd. When you stop and you come out of the matrix, or you realize the truth, you're like, wow, it is kind of stupid. I mean, everyone has seen that video of the planets and the Earth, spinning around the sun, and the sun's flying, through the universe. It's just ridiculous. You look at that and you're like, how did I believe that? How did I believe that? Especially believing in the Bible. Really, God would create something like that and just completely endlessly go throughout space forever? And it's like, does that even make sense? Does up and down even make sense on a model like that? It doesn't. It's a slap in the face to God. Satan has been behind this thing the entire time. It's time to take it back. It's in time, and he is raising up so many amazing people right now to really take this back. And when I say take this back, I'm saying more and more people are going to come to this truth. But is everyone going to come to this truth? Read the Bible. What does the Bible say? How many people does the Bible say that everyone, is going to come to God in the end? Unfortunately, even they know the truth of the Creator, they deny the Creator. Read Romans. Romans is very, very serious. It's sad. But the reality is that the road we're on is narrow. Broad is the path that leads to destruction, right? The majority are going to go one way. This is when it comes to sin. This is when it comes to heliocentrism. When it comes to any of these kind of things, they're going to go this way. Now, you could be saved and going that way because for whatever reason, maybe God's chosen not to wake you up just yet. Because I wasn't woke up 5 years ago. You probably weren't woke up 5 years ago. Why? Many of you probably in the chat right now maybe have been Christian for 10, 15 years. Why? Maybe it wasn't the time. Maybe God's showing something. Maybe he's humbling the world right now and saying, hey, look, as we close and we get to the end, I'm now going to reveal, exactly how far off you were or how powerful, Satan truly is. Do not ever, ever get to a point where you underestimate the power of Satan, right? He's very cunning. He's very intelligent. And I'm not like trying to, make him and highlight him. I'm just saying that we have to rely on God. We have to rely on him, on his strength, on his leadership, on his direction, on his will for our life. If we don't, we will get off the path. That's what I came to. That's what I started to recognize, that this entire journey was, wow, how much was I trusting man versus trusting God? And God wants all of our trust. He doesn't want half. He doesn't want 60%. He doesn't want 80%. He wants everything. Full on surrender. Like someone said before, submission, full on submission, full on surrender. You have to surrender your entire life, every aspect of your life. And it's a beautiful thing. It can be frightening, sure. For a lot of people, that's a scary thing. I'm going to hand my life over to someone. But I'm telling you, it's the greatest decision you can ever make. And that is when you know you're ready. It's not just simply believing or asking Jesus in your heart, as a lot of people have said, throughout the years. It's not about just that. It is a relationship. So start talking to him. But when you're ready and you know that he's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, you will surrender your entire life. You will lay down, you will kneel down, and he will be your king. But the beautiful thing is we're not just a servant. We're a son and a daughter. He adopts us into our family. I mean, how beautiful is that? We're not even talking about like, okay, I'll submit to God and I'll lay down and I'll kneel and stuff. Yes, in reverence. But the beautiful thing is he says, but you're my children. You're my son and you're my daughter. This idea that we're all God's children, it is wrong. When you see that, correct someone. Correct them nicely. Don't be harsh. The fact is we're all God's creation, but we are not all God's children. It clearly talks about in the Bible how there is sons and daughters of the devil, but there are sons and daughters of the Most High. So understand that we are not all God's children. You need to be adopted into the family of God. That is where you need to submit your life, repent, and turn to him. But if you're on the fence and you don't know, then search it out. It's important. You could die tomorrow. You could die next week. You could die in 10 years. Who knows? And hopefully, I was talking with my dad a few nights ago, and he was talking about certain people that died in their sleep. What a great way to go. But we don't know, and we have no guarantee. We don't know if we're going to get hit by a bus. We don't know if we're going to get cancer. We just don't know. But the fact is, don't push it to another day. I had so many people, like, remember 15 years ago, I kept talking to this one guy, and he's like, I got lots of time, when I get older, when I'm 40, no problem, I still talk to him this day. But anyways, my point is, really look into this. Yes, flat earth is important, and these topics that we're talking about are incredibly important. But if you really do not understand why you're here, if you do not understand, who made you, why he made you, all of these aspects, it really is pointless. and you're not just an animal. And no, you're not a random accident. You didn't come from nothing. This is crazy talk. This is not just, evil and disgusting. It is really stupid. It is stupid that the world would rather believe they came from nothing. I say this in interviews all the time. Really? We're the crazy ones? And yet you believe that you came from nothing? But this is the world. And they'll nod their head and they'll say it's scientific. And, but look at the distinguished Lawrence Krauss and Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye. And, we'll get into that in another video. And I've done many videos on my channel on that. But the sad reality is it shows the depravity of man's heart. It shows you how low we can sink when we are rebelling and running away from God. We would rather believe we came from nothing. Nothing exploded. It wasn't just, nothing, and then nothing exploded and created everything. I mean, seriously. But again, I don't laugh too much, because if it wasn't for God's grace, I'd probably be thinking the same thing. If it wasn't for his mercy on my life, I would probably be thinking the same thing. I probably would still be making fun of Christians. I probably would have been in a chat room like this, and I've been a troll. And, Paul DeGarmo there, or another mod, would probably have muted me and then probably banned me. I don't know if I was that bad, but honestly, I was a jerk, right? So it's kind of funny that I'm here now, but it took a long time. I looked into a lot of stuff. I doubted the Bible. I doubted Jesus. I read, I researched, I did as much as I could, because I'm like, wait a minute. This is one thing that I have to take, as very, very serious. If Jesus is who he said he is, it will change my life. But like C.S. Lewis, and I love this quote, he says, either Jesus is a lunatic, a liar, or he's Lord. He's not a good teacher. He's not a prophet. I mean, people that say that he's a good teacher or he's a prophet have not read the Bible. He claimed to be God. He claimed to forgive sins. He claimed all sorts of stuff. So either he's a big liar, he's crazy, or he truly is the Son of God. That's what you have to come up with. And I say to people all the time, look into it. Look into it. Because here's the reality. Let's just say I'm wrong, and all this stuff is true that you believe, the heliocentric Big Bang nonsense, and we evolved, we're animals. When I die, that's it. I just die. But if I'm correct and you're wrong, you're in big trouble when you die. So really, this is something just common logic dictates. Look into it, because he's the only man ever in history to claim to be the truth, the way, the life, the only way to God. No one else did. No one else did. Jesus is where it's at. That is exactly it. Look into his life. Look into who he was. And, well, I don't know if I trust the Bible. Then read into it. Don't just watch YouTube videos. There's good YouTube videos, sure. But really take some time, invest time, and look into it. Just like we're talking about with this topic, flat earth, it seems crazy. Well, a lot of people that are joining the chat probably think this whole Bible thing is crazy. Oh, it's a tool of control, and it's to do this, and it's to do that. Well, I've heard this with flat earth. Oh, flat earth is a tool, and it's a psyop, and it's this, that. It's the same idea. When people are coming against something that strongly, when 54 countries have made the Bible illegal on earth, 54 countries, maybe there's something to it. When people, are dying for it, when people all throughout history have died excruciating deaths for it, when the guys that basically were told that, they probably hid his body, were the biggest chickens ever, they all denied him when he got captured, and yet they go to the most excruciating, painful deaths ever, never once relenting the fact that Jesus rose from the dead. He's the only one that rose, right? Buddha's still in the grave. Muhammad's still in the grave, right? Go to the tomb and you will see that Jesus is not there. He's not buried. He's risen. And he is the true creator of creation. And this flat earth, this revelation, this truth is all coming back to him, because truth will set you free. And that's why people feel so free when they come to this. 9/11's kind of gross, and it's hideous, and it's, the truth is there, but you don't feel good at all about it. I mean, you're like, this is sick, man. Government, killing this many people, but when it comes to flat earth, yes, you've been lied to, but there's a freedom in knowing the truth and going, wow, I can truly believe in the Bible. I can truly believe in what it says. And to me, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, Awaken for Jesus, thanks for joining. Good to see you. Progress 24/7 is in the house. JG is in the house. Right on. Rudy Ruda, flat earth made me stop stealing. Interesting. Wow. So it might have been because, you just realized that God's a lot closer. There is consequences, but amazing. I mean, Flat Earth has done a lot of things for a lot of people. It truly has. It's awakened people. And what I find so extraordinary is so many people are looking into the Bible. I looked into it even more so afterwards, but so many people are reading the Bible and going, whoa, wow, this is what even the science and even all these non-biblical, researchers are actually finding. I mean, you can get into like Jaron Campanella or Bob Nodell or, other non-Christian, don't really even believe in the Bible, but they all believe in the dome or they believe in, a firmament of some sort, but their calculations and their scientific research is coming to the same conclusion that the Bible says. God's truth is right there. His word has been right all along. For the longest time, people used to laugh at the Bible. In Genesis, it talks about the Hittite people. And all these historians and archaeologists, and they were laughing at the Bible. They've been like, we've been everywhere. And the Bible talks about these Hittite people. And it's ridiculous because it's never been found. Well, in 1947, when the Dead Sea Scrolls were actually found, which was interesting, I think it was around that time, they found the Hittite ruins. They found the entire civilization, the people, all I'm saying is they found that the Bible validated itself. But you have to understand, when you go back in history, people laughed and laughed and laughed at the Bible because it talked about this Hittite civilization or Hittite people, and no one had ever seen any evidence. Zero evidence for this Hittite people. Yet the Bible said it was true. It happened. It's a historic book. It's not just a historic book, but it is history. It's his story. Right? His story. You ever thought of history? His story. It truly is. It's there. It's God's redemptive story right there in the Bible. And sure enough, they found the Hittite ruins. Look it up. It's extraordinary. It's the same thing with the Dead Sea Scrolls. People are like, I don't believe in the Bible. It's been changed. And I said the same thing. It's been changed all throughout these years. Oh, men have changed it. They found the Dead Sea Scrolls in 1947. What happened? They found the entire book of Isaiah. They found different segments of different books. But when they compared Isaiah, all right, to the modern day, I think it was even King James, it was like 99.9. It was 100% accurate. And when I'm saying that point, that's a whole other idea of contention. But what I'm trying to tell you is nothing had been changed. It was identical, the entire book of Isaiah. That is thousands of years. And yet this is the same thing I used to parrot. Oh, they've changed the Bible. It's been changed. It's funny when people come up to me right now and say, I don't believe in the Bible. I say, well, have you read it from cover to cover? No, they haven't. Isn't it funny that people will not believe in something they haven't even read? Mr. Aquil says, are you going to interview or chat with Dr. Vincent Rhodes? Absolutely, I am. I'm actually going to have him on my radio show very soon. I've already talked with him, and I love what he's doing. He's great. Vincent Rhodes actually is a pastor himself, which is good. We need more and more people in ministry and pastors coming forward with this truth. But yes, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. And I am definitely going to be doing a show with, I got to meet him actually at the Flat Earth International Conference. I had talked with him on the phone and he was like, I don't know if I'm going to go. And I twisted his arm. I'm like, you've got to go. I mean, you have to come. And he finally came and it was so great to meet him. I had only talked to him on the phone, but I had mentioned to him just short, I think it was maybe a month ago, I said that I definitely want to have you on the radio show. And he goes, I would love to. So I appreciate the super chat. Thanks so much. And yes, I am going to have Vincent Rhodes on the radio show, and who knows, maybe I'll have him on YouTube at some point. Like I said, I don't do a lot of YouTube as far as interviews and shows. That could change in 2019. We'll see, but I am very busy this year. I've got 5 conferences, and we'll talk maybe a little bit more about that. This was kind of a stream just to update, to say hi to people. I've been busy. I felt bad the fact that I haven't been able to say hi to a lot of people, go through a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff happening with conferences. I mentioned the Question Everything conference that I'll be shooting for my new documentary. I'll be speaking there, but Pastor Nate's going to be there. Chad Taylor, which is our guest tomorrow on Revolution Radio on our show. So stay tuned for that. Chad's great. He wrote the book, Where Are We? And fantastic book. I mean, he did all the diagrams himself. It's like a textbook. It's a great teaching tool. If you're a homeschooler, look into that book. It's fantastic. It's great to teach children, but it's not just for children. Speaking of which, and I'm going to let him talk about it tomorrow on the radio show. He's got some special announcements coming up. So let's see who else is in the chat here. So Paige just joined. Thank you so much, Paige. Bitcoin BTC. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Absent from the body, present with the Lord Jesus. Moon Shadow says, absolutely. What is a solar clock? Interesting. If you're looking at this theory and you want to know a really good clock, go to the your app store and type in Flat Earth Sun and Moon Clock. Really great app. It'll blow your mind. It's amazing. It's done by David Weiss, Flat Earth Podcast. He spent a lot of time on it. It was exciting, and he was able to launch it at the conference I did in Denver, the Flat Earth International Conference. We were able to do the announcement, and it went live, and it was fantastic. And it's doing very well, and it will blow you away because it's a true life clock. It will show you where the sun is, where you're located. You'll get a good idea of what Flat Earth is about. And again, nothing's 100%, so understand I'm not pushing an AE model. I'm just saying that we have ideas and they're good for conversational pieces. But at this point, I think it's dangerous to say 100% to any model. I think that God created this place that we truly cannot map it. You know, that might disappoint some people, but I believe that we can't get high enough to see the whole thing, nor can we fully map it. We can't definitely not weigh it. This idea that they've weighed Mars and Jupiter, and give me a break. Like, seriously. They've weighed Jupiter. Are you kidding me? With 2 balls on a shed. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I think I have a video on my channel. Just type in Celebrate Truth 2 balls. The Cavendish experiment, where he basically hung 2 metal balls on his shed roof. And from that, not only did he get gravity, but he got the weight of the Earth and he got the weight of the moon and I think some other planets from hanging 2 balls, 2 metal balls on his shed roof in the 1800s. Or 1600s or whatever. I'm not sure what the date is, but can anyone say ridiculous? I'm going to say it because no one's saying it. I can't hear anyone because you guys can't talk. So I'm going to say it. Ridiculous. All right. See who else is in here. All right. Hey, Mark. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Captain Construction. Good to see you. B Powers. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. Like I said, it's been long overdue. Being able to do an update like this, be able to talk, answer some questions. And yeah, just to kind of see if there's anything that people, you know, are interested, something that's been happening in the news. They've heard something. Oh, and by the way, I'm sure a lot of people heard about the Logan Paul stuff that happened at the conference. I did talk with Mark Sargent 2 days ago. Everything's fine with Mark and I. There's no bitterness. It's going to be great. Mark's actually going to be in the documentary. We're actually flying. We're getting in the same day to California. So we're going to be there a day early. And we're going to be hanging out and stuff. So everything's fine with Mark and I. If people think that, oh, Robbie and Mark are on the outs or, you know, they're fighting, we're not at all. Everything's good. Logan Paul's Flat Earth documentary should be coming out here in the next week. I'm guessing Monday or Tuesday. I don't know 100%. Just said at the end of the month. But he's gone very, very quiet with his why 2018 was the most important year of my life, which, by the way, if you have not seen that video and you really don't like Logan Paul or you don't know much about Logan Paul, go and watch that video. Why 2018 was the most important year of my life. Yes, it does near the end mention his Flat Earth documentary coming up, but I think it's important for people just to get a good, honest, look at who Logan Paul is, because the man that I met at the conference off camera or, you know, in my hotel room or the times that we got to chat kind of privately, you know, I got to know Logan Paul, not Logan Paul, the YouTube celebrity. So it was really good. And I think that he's honestly searching. He's curious. And no, he's not a flat earther. So anyone that actually thinks that Logan Paul is a flat earther, they've heard this. No, he's not. He's incredibly intrigued. He's very close. He's like an Owen Benjamin. So if you hear anyone say Owen Benjamin's a flat earther, he's not. But how many people think Owen Benjamin probably will be a flat earther in the next year or two? I do. And I think the same thing with Logan. I mean, Mike, his best friend, is a flat earther. I don't think he can articulate flat earth very well, but he doesn't buy into all the NASA garbage. And he definitely is saying, I think that this is the reality that we're in. And Logan is definitely intrigued as well. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming out. It's going to be good. I'm excited, and we'll find out what's going on with that. So, hey, Samuel, good to see you. And yeah, Owen Benjamin, yeah, he's been doing a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people have been recommending him to talk to me if he wants to talk Bible. And he's definitely been doing he's definitely, got a dirty mouth and stuff like this. But he definitely has been standing up for life when it came to the abortion bill, New York, that took place, that I believe we might be talking a little bit more about the radio show tomorrow. I think morally, Owen definitely stands more towards the Judeo-Christian values. Absolutely, 100%. You know, he goes against the whole nonsense when it comes to transgender. And honestly, anyone that basically comes in the chat and just says someone's a shill, I don't appreciate it, and I don't care for it. Now, you want to keep saying that, you want a personal attack, I'll have a moderator take care of you. You get like one warning, and then you leave, because I really don't have time for it. You know, this is a shill. This is a shill. This is a shill. You know how many times I've been called a shill? Go through all my body of work and then find out where I'm a shill. You know, I had someone the other day say, I think Robbie is a shill, that whole Logan Paul thing, and then something else. I forget something else I put up. But anyways, I said, dude, you're in Calgary, Alberta. Why don't you come meet me and see if I'm a shill? He's like, oh, okay. And then everything, you know, we started talking, and like skiing, and I was just up in Calgary skiing, and I said, yeah, okay, next meetup, you know, let's meet up. But it's easy as that sometimes. Just meet up with someone. You know, this whole idea of, oh, a person's a shill. Most times people are saying that. They really don't know what they're talking about. And, you know, it's unfortunate. You know, this person's a shill, that person's a shill. And I don't know, maybe you haven't read the chat rules. Look in the description. The chat rules there. A moderator will post them if you need them. There's no personal attacks. Don't personally attack someone. Say, I don't trust Owen Benjamin, you know, because of this, or, you know, whatever. But just calling someone a shill, it's like just calling someone a liar, you know, it's dangerous, right? Let's not just do that continually, because you could see it all the time. And we could have a shill show and it would just be crazy. I mean, just type it in. There's people calling out people as shills all the time. And shill is something that is really, really unfortunate. So West Cleve OG, Robbie, I was sold on Flat Earth after watching Impossible. Oh, that's so amazing. That's so crazy. You know what's amazing about Impossible is, you know, I did The Global Lie in 2015, 2016. I did Scientism Exposed 2017. I did Impossible. And Impossible actually is the largest viewed documentary of all my documentaries. I think it's at 1.2 million. So my other documentaries, while they're good and I'm happy with them, they've done nothing close to Impossible. So I really appreciate that. That's really cool to hear that. Many emails I get of people that are coming to Flat Earth from, you know, various videos, but many have been affected by my work just because I really do focus on the gospel, on the Bible. And like I said, if it's not your thing, I mean, there's lots of choices out there. But the one thing there is none of in the Flat Earth community are atheists. There is zero atheist in Flat Earth. Zero. And I mean zero. And if there is anyone, at some point, I definitely will have you on my radio show. We will have a 2-hour talk with Pastor Nate. We will have the greatest show ever, because I want to see how you can actually, did the flat earth explode out of nothing? Like, I just love to know the logic behind, you know. Now, I'm not saying you have to believe. One person actually said, I am an atheist at the conference. It was at the Canada conference. And the media went all crazy. Well, anyways, ironically, he sat beside me at the dinner table at the VIP dinner, you know, at the end of the evening. When I asked him, you know, are you an atheist? He goes, well, I don't believe in the God in the Bible. I said, well, you do realize that being an atheist, it doesn't mean you don't believe in the God of the Bible. It means you don't believe in a God at all. Oh, he says, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah. So we found out later that no, he was not an atheist, and I still hold to the fact that he is not. And Capital Construction, who is it here? Sorry. Big Mike, 1107. Jeranism is an atheist, right? No, Jeranism is not an atheist. Jaron Campanella believes in God. Now, he does not believe in God of the Bible, okay? He has his problems, he has his opinions. And trust me, Jaron can be frustrating to listen to. I mean, early on, I said to Jaron one time, it was very close. Like, I almost started doing videos against Jaron in 2015. Not really horrible videos, but just really kind of calling him out what I thought he was doing, him and his wife. But as I got to know Jaron, I really got to know Jaron well. And Jaron, interesting enough, he's probably one of the guys that I would say is one of the most genuine, honest guys that I know. Now, he does not believe in the Bible. He has problems with Jesus, yes. But he does believe in a creator. He does believe in God. So that is not the definition of atheist. So he's a deist. That's what that means. I mean, a deist is someone that believes in a higher power or, you know, a God. But an atheist is, they believe that basically evolution. Like, I mean, every evolutionist you meet, they're atheist, are they not? I mean, it's really tough to find. I mean, I guess there is some that will believe otherwise. But anyways, he's more of a deist. So no, Jaron Campanella is not an atheist. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but I do know that a lot of people are praying for him. I know that he has really good respect. We have a good relationship, Jaron and I. Rob Skiba and Jaron, you know, get along. So Jaron actually just looks at people as, are they good people? And quite honestly, I think over time, you know, people have had an effect on Jaron. I know with Bob and Globebusters and stuff like that, they have a lot of really good Christians that are surrounding them. But again, they have their views. That's where they're at. But Jaron is not an atheist. He does believe in God. Interesting enough, he actually mentioned God more than I did in the first international conference I put on in Raleigh, North Carolina. In his presentation, he actually mentioned God 3 times. So, but no, he's not a Christian. He doesn't believe in the Bible, and he definitely doesn't believe Jesus is the Son of God. He believes that Jesus existed. He believes in Jesus' morals. He stands by pretty much everything that Jesus said as far as what to do and the good things to be for people. But he does not believe that Jesus is deity or God. So just letting you know that. And then someone asked, I think, about Eric Dubay. Eric Dubay doesn't even believe that Jesus existed. I talked about him earlier. And unfortunately, Eric has just been the type of person, has never, ever wanted to play nice with anyone. Right. So that's where that's at. And let's see here. Somebody wanted a shout out. I saw something pop up there. Was it Chloe or something wanted a shout out? How you doing? We got lots of new people here joining. Johnny, good to see you. Yes, this is live, because I'm talking to you right now. That would be impossible to do if it wasn't live. So yeah, there you go. Pastor Nate, Fired for Truth, just told him. But Jellybean, good to see you. Many people are joining. We're just trucking along here. I'm not sure how long we've been going, but this might be a record. We're close to 200 people here now. And if you haven't watched the recent videos I put out, one in particular, I put one out on Trump and NASA. Well, the extraordinary thing, for 2 days, when you typed in Trump and NASA in YouTube, it was #1. Fantastic. It's actually going absolutely crazy viral right now. It's done 100,000 views in 2 days. That's a very, very highly viewed video, especially for 100,000 views in 2 days. And then also I did the one on the eclipse that is close to 200,000 views, and that was a week ago on the big January 20th blood moon wolf eclipse thing. So yeah, so it seems like a lot of people are starting to look into this. And I've done videos showing that people come out hard against people that even dare question the moon landing. And we need to question these things because it's so important, because it's such an attack on creation. That is exactly what's going on. A massive attack on creation is happening. And, while people are just sitting back, this is the time that we stand up. We don't do it violently. We do it with our voice. We do it with sharing. We do it with our communities. We do it with our churches. We do it with our friends. We have to, but again, we have to do it slowly. We don't just walk up to someone and flat smack them or come up and say, hey, the earth is flat. It's too much shock and awe. You have to start slowly. You got to kind of see where they're at, gauge them, see if they're, are they even believe in conspiracies? What do they think of JFK? What do they think about the moon landing? The moon landing, though, is critical. Even 9/11, it's great. You can find a lot of people that don't believe the official report of 9/11, but they still believe they landed on the moon. So you need to find out where someone is with the moon. And if they believe 100% they went to the moon in 1960s, you got your work cut out for you. You need to start cracking the foundation of the space paradigm before you can introduce flat Earth. I think it's so imperative. Now, if you're just walking up to someone, it's one thing. But if this is a friend, this is family, it's not wise just at the dinner table go, oh, the Earth is flat. People will laugh and you just lost a lot of credibility. I think it's important to, gradually say, okay, here's my 6-month plan with this family member or with this close friend. Take that approach. I think it will be a lot better. All right, Ray's asking, wasn't Jesus' real name Yeshua? Yeshua, again, is the name of Jesus. Jesus is English. Yeshua, you're getting into Hebrew. You're getting into Greek. Again, this is, if you feel comfortable saying Yeshua, great. But, English people can say Jesus. And again, I have no problem with either. I choose Jesus, but I have no problem. What I have a problem with is when people say that I'm praising Zeus or I'm praising Satan when I say Jesus. That is a little over the top. When people say you need to say it this way, that's wrong. But again, this is an issue where what do you feel comfortable with? Both are right. Both are right. Jesus, Yeshua, both are right. What's up, Johnny? What's up? All right. So Eric's asking if anyone's around Ohio. I don't know if Nate replied. Oh, you just did. Yeah, there's a meetup coming up right away. Pastor Nate will tell you they're Fired for Truth, and I think he already just did. So cool. Someone's asking about Ohio. There is a meetup. I think it's, is it next week or when is that? Is it? Oh, it's Sunday. It's Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. You just said it. So that's awesome. So yeah, there's lots of stuff happening this year. There's the Question Everything conference happening next month. There's the Flat Earth Expo in New Zealand I'll be at, and that is going to happen in April 27th and 28th, 29th, I believe. That's in New Zealand. Really excited about that. My wife, she comes from New Zealand. Her whole family's there. So we're going to take a nice vacation. We're going to be there for 3 weeks, and we'll end off with the conference. So that's going to be awesome. So how you doing, Freedom? Scorpio, thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's going to be the really cool thing. We're going to go to New Zealand. We're going to end off with the Flat Earth New Zealand Expo, I think it's being called, basically a conference there. Really, really excited. Mark Sargent's going to be there. Dave Marsh is going to be there. A bunch of other people. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got other conferences like the Flat Earth UK Global Tour one. That's going to be happening in the UK in September. Also in September, Flat Earth Convention Amsterdam, which I will be at. And that's going to be September, the end of September. I forget the dates offhand. Take on the World, which Pastor Nate, myself, and many biblical cosmology guys are going to be there. That's going to be in August in Ohio. There's more information at takeontheworld2019.com. And yeah, there's lots. And then obviously the big one at the very end of the year, well, November, is the Flat Earth International Conference 2019, Dallas, Texas. Make sure, I mean, we only have so many VIP tickets. It's going to be a huge event. We had 650 people for Denver. Dallas is going to be crazy, going to be amazing. I'm really excited about it. You can go to flatearthconference.com or fe2019.com. Either of those websites will take you to the information. You'll find all the stuff. The hotel rooms just went up last week, and there is a limited amount. So I tell people all the time, look, no matter where you're at, you can always cancel your hotel reservation because there's no money down for that. Reserve your hotel if you think you're going to go. And if you're not, then, 2 weeks beforehand or a week or whatever, cancel it. But what I'm saying is get your room, because once the rooms are out, they're gone. And most people like to stay in the official venue just because that's where a lot of the activity happens. And really excited. We're doing it in Dallas, Texas. I talked with Matt Long today, and he's really excited to do something big there. He's got a lot of people, a lot of connections. So it's going to be awesome. And I'm really looking forward to it. So great to see everyone joining here too. More people. Carrie, what happened to Kent? Now, Carrie, are you talking about Kent Hovind? Because if you're talking about Kent Hovind, yeah, I just think that he's basically slithered away, and he's definitely not going to tackle the topic at hand if you're thinking and you're talking about flat Earth. I'm not sure if you're talking about Kent Hovind, but maybe just put in the chat if it is Kent Hovind, because I don't know if it's Kent or not, and if it's not Kent, I don't want to be talking about someone that is not the right person. So, yeah, great. It's great to see you as well too. There's so many awesome people. Oh yeah, David Keith's asking about Ohio. There's something happening on Sunday. There's a little mini event happening there, so check that out. Appreciate that, and yeah. So again, I'm going to probably wrap this up soon. Again, I think we've been going long enough. I'm not even sure. I don't even have a clock how long I've been going for, but I think I've been going pretty long. Yeah, so yeah, and then Paul's saying, yeah, Robbie, even Jeranism, Eric Dubé, all believe in a creator. Yeah, and that's the common denominator, and I think it is still very significant. It's important that people believe in the true creator, but it's better than believing in nonsense like you came from nothing. That's going to be something that we have to look into. So DMT Matrix, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate the support. Okay, we'll get you some more live shows this year. I'm definitely going to set it up and do it like this because, it's fairly something that can be done. And I can actually do this at different locations. I am traveling quite a bit this year, but like I said, I can pull this up and be able to do this on the road, I'm sure. And it seems like people are really enjoying it, so appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. West Blaze Music, love the show, Robbie. Thanks so much, Wes. Really appreciate your support. Wes is doing some great hip hop with the truth, and it's awesome stuff. So Wes Cleese talking about Pastor Dean Odell. Yeah, I was talking to Dean about a week ago, having a good talk. He got back from Texas and working on stuff, school of ministry, doing a lot of great stuff there. So going strong, that's for sure. So it's good. So Eric's asking, fired for truth, Twitter. Do you have a Twitter, Nate? I'm not sure if Nate has a Twitter. My Twitter, if anyone's interested, is Mr. Robbie D. Just Mr. Robbie, ROBBIE D. and that's where you can find my Twitter. But I'm not sure if he has a Twitter or not. I know that Pastor Nate has Instagram, Fired for Truth, so you could definitely check that out and see what you think there. But really appreciate everyone. Like I said, I wanted to do this. I wanted to do the update, the special report on what YouTube is doing with these truth channels, especially with 9/11 and Flat Earth, which I think is extraordinary, and it's very telling. But also have an opportunity to give you some updates and also talk a little bit with you in the chat. Like I said, I've been really busy and people are asking me for more live streams, and I want to do that. I definitely am setting things up for February going forward to do some exclusive live streams for my patrons and also my members. I will be doing some special things with them. I really appreciate you so much, for your support, whether you're supporting me, at $3 a month or $5 or $10 or whatever you can do. I really appreciate it. But I wanted to make sure that, all my content, everything is free, but I appreciate it, especially the members. It's a great way. You still get all the content if you don't pay, but whether you get special icons and you get discounts off my products and all that. It's a really great thing that YouTube introduced, and it does help pay the bills, especially when you're doing this full time. It can be tight, but God's in control and God provides, and that's awesome. And His people definitely do provide. And you guys have been so super supportive from day one. This August will be 4 years on YouTube. This April will be 4 years as a flat earther. It was April of 2015 when I came to this truth, the awakening, and it took that many months until finally I'm like, what? I'm going on YouTube. And that was it. It was April 19th, 20th. Sorry, August 19th, 20th of August when I was like, that's it. I'm putting up a channel and I'm going on YouTube. And I mean, it grew rapidly. I just actually posted an announcement on Facebook that I surpassed 130,000 subscribers, which thank you so much. It's amazing. And close to, I think, 19 million views. The videos have been viewed a lot. There's no doubt. YouTube definitely has been trying to bury a lot of the stuff as of late. It's harder and harder to find my stuff. I've tried myself even to find my stuff sometimes, and I can't find it. So I do know that they are moving behind the scenes. This is stuff that they've been asking for. But, when they're saying in an article that they're doing this in the recommendations, they've already been working behind the scenes trying to do stuff in the search. We all know that, especially when it comes to the search. So, hey, Roderick, good to see you, man. Roderick's in the house here. We've got other people like joining, and I'm just wrapping up. So I apologize if you're just joining now because I'm winding down. We've gone on for quite some time. And let's just see here. I'm really curious what we're looking at. So 9... yeah, so I think we're getting about an hour and 45 minutes, and yeah, it's almost past Pastor Nate's bedtime. It must be late there, man. It must be like midnight for you. So we're gonna get this wrapped up. Like I said, appreciate all of you. Thanks so much for coming, all your support with Celebrate Truth. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/Celebrate Truth. If you want to become a member, it's youtube.com/Celebrate Truth/join. And if you go there, you can join and become a member, and you get a little special icon like Fired for Truth has, like Roderick has, like Son of Ignorance 2012 has. That is what you get. You also get discounts off the conferences, which is awesome, because if you're planning on going to the conferences, you get a really big discount there. You get 25% off of all my products, my DVDs, books, which is awesome. That's great. And then also there's on the 24/7, you get your name featured there. And there's a bunch of stuff. So if you click on the join button, it will show you all the stuff that you get. Really appreciate it. It's $4.99, I think, a month. I think it's $4.99 a month, and you become a YouTube member of Celebrate Truth. And YouTube's going to be rolling out lots more different features and perks for the members. So I believe that YouTube is really trying to help YouTube creators when they get to a certain level, that even if they have to clamp down on advertising or whatever, they can give away to help and help the creators. So that's why in the beginning of this broadcast I mentioned that I don't believe YouTube's the enemy here. I don't believe that YouTube are making these decisions. I think they're doing this under pressure. I think they're doing this because of big advertisers. And that's what they're trying. But they're also trying behind the scenes to make it easier for, I guess channels to monetize in different ways to help them out, whether it's donations or super chats or memberships. right? Memberships is another way that YouTube just rolled out for larger channels to give them the ability, and in case they get in trouble another way. So, anyways, that's where I stand. Appreciate everything. I'm going to wrap this up. Let's keep exposing the world's lies, everyone. Let's just keep doing it and doing it. Let's do it in love. Let's do it in truth. I think that when we do that, we will awaken the world. Remember that greater is he that is in you than he who is in the world. If you are saved and you do have that relationship with Jesus Christ, we have nothing to fear at all, because everything is great. Thank you so much, Son of Ignorance. Really appreciate the super chat. Wow. It is an amazing time that we're in. We're in 2019. And as we continue on, let's not get down. Let's understand, just like I said, greater is he that is in us than he who is in the world. And that goes for the family of believers. Now, if you're not and you're on the fence, honestly, talk to someone. Ask the questions. It's so important that you do. Because when you ask these questions, you will get the answers. Anyone that seeks out the truth will find it. Jesus said it himself. He said, if you seek me out, you will find me. The Bible says, draw close to God, he will draw close to you. Understand that it's a prerequisite. You've got to do something. It's an action. And if you really do want to get close to God, then start talking to him. If you're real, do that, but do it genuine. Don't do it like, I want to see this, I want to see that, like a bellhop. Do it in your heart sincerely. But when you do that, he will meet you. He will reveal himself. He will reveal his truth. He will reveal his creation. And most of all, he will reveal his son to you. Take care, guys. Blessings.